Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much today. I want to share with you an experience that I've recently had, and that is of writing my first book. So before I get into my speech, I'm curious, who here has written and published a book? Rob? Dave? Dave wrote Heck, right? And it's a nonfiction or a fiction story. Ask Dave about it. It's fascinating. Rob, you've written 2 books? Amazing. Any other authors here? Now, how many of you have said, I'm going to write a book, or I want to write a book about this, or I have the seed of a book inside me? Several of you. Well, today I want to help you start that engine, prime the pump, for those of you that want to write a book. So I want to encourage you, it's not as hard as you can do. I am so excited that I recently published a new book for my entrepreneurial and business owner clients. It's called From Stuck to Strategic. It was fun, and it helps you have a sense of success when you complete it, because you have something that's finished and it's done and that you can show people, and something that you can share as opposed to just telling somebody a story. It's something that people can digest on their own. So why publish your own book? There's several reasons, and a few of them I've listed here. One reason is it provides self-leadership. When the process of writing a book is quite incredible. It helps you not only formulate your thoughts, but it gives you a deadline. It forces you to lead yourself, to get the resources. It's an exercise in self-leadership. And before you can lead others, sometimes it's important to show that you can lead yourself. Secondly, it also clarifies your thinking and organizes your thoughts. When you write a book, you have to do it in a form and structure so that it's understandable. And when you do it that way, it formulates your story. It helps you articulate better who you are and what you're about. So it's a wonderful process that it's not only just for you, but it's kind of way in how the book will actually write you. Another way is it can be another purpose is it can build business and build credibility. That was the main reason I wrote it. My goal isn't to become a bestseller, but to add credibility to my audience and my potential clients that might want to employ me as an entrepreneurial coach. So there can be also great business reasons for wanting to do it. Another reason is it can just help others. When you share intimate things about you and parts of your journey, it can help others. Another reason is just for the sheer entertainment. Just like Dave wrote his book about Heck, fascinating book that you might want to read. And another one is to make money. If you want to become a best-selling author, you can do it. And there could be a way to make an industry out of it within your own self-employment. It also can create a legacy for your family. My mother-in-law wrote a book, my father-in-law wrote a book, my brother-in-law has written 25 books and has self-published them and has sold 5,000 copies. So it can be, and my grandmother-in-law wrote a book. It can be a great way to pass stories down to your family and leave a legacy. Also, it can be a creative outlet. You might only sell 10 copies, but do you know people that write music and play the guitar only for their self-enjoyment? Writing a book could fulfill that purpose also. And it can prove something to yourself very powerful, that you can accomplish something that not everybody does. So it can serve multiple purposes. So how to start writing a book? Well, first of all, don't wait for inspiration. Watching an interview of Seinfeld, who's also a writer, because he writes comedy, don't wait for inspiration. You might get inspiration on that first chapter, but the idea of moving off into a main cabin by a lake and being inspired and writing a book, that's a myth. In fact, authors say, you write freely and you edit later. What does that mean? Well, Hemingway said, write drunk and edit sober. That doesn't mean you have a bottle of whiskey next to you. It means you just get it out there. It's going to be ugly, it's not going to look great, and you can make it pretty better later. So what are some publishing paths? Well, the traditional path is, and I've explored this, is you write a book and then you sell it to a publishing house and then they own most of the rights and most of the profits. Takes a long period of time, might take them several years to even approve it. That's a long process and it's very difficult, but it's not unobtainable. Another way is maybe do the hybrid approach where you pay a publisher $5,000 to $10,000 and they'll help you edit it and develop it and put it out. My brother wrote a book about his cancer survival, amazing story. So if you want to look up Todd Irwin's book, a lot of writers in my family, huh? So that's one way to do it. Another way you can do it, very low cost, is to self-publish. And so I would encourage you maybe to look at that method, to just self-publish it through Kindle and Amazon. And there's many other tools. And some great ways to make it very easy to do is to use Grammarly and AI. That can really help you quite a bit. So self-publishing tips is first write it, if you're going to do it this way, and then you have to format it on Kindle. I hired somebody for $300 and they formatted it so that the e-versions and the print versions work out and they look perfect. It's quite a process. If you want to learn it yourself, you can do it, but I hired it out very inexpensively. And then you hire a cover designer, and then you upload to Amazon. It's basically that simple. As far as marketing your book, getting readers to look into it and check it out, there's low-effort ways to do it through local speaking engagements, social media, several other approaches. If you decide to go to promote it and you want it to be a bestseller, then I recommend when you begin to write your book that you take 12 months and begin planning your rollout, and that it would be a full-time job almost after rollout. So that's one method. So my closing thought is, publishing is an act of leading yourself. It's a great thing to do, and you can do it. Anybody can write a book. So just pull out your pen, your paper, or your laptop and set a deadline. My original deadline was March, but it got stretched because I rewrote it about 4 times. So I encourage you to do that. So if you want to know more, I'm going to have a book launch party at my office on the 11th of December. Feel free to come to that. That would be a wonderful experience. We'll all do signed copies. If you want a copy of this presentation, I'll go back to the beginning. You can bring up that QR code on your phone, and you can have that presentation accessible to you at any time for the tips. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be happy to tell you a little bit more of the story. So thank you. This has been a blast, and I look forward to telling you more about my book in the future.
And congratulations
Well, thank you.
on the publishing of your new book.
Thank you.